Do you expect Wiseman to contribute significantly right away?
For sure. What that means, obviously he's a second round draft pick, so the expectations are usually high, comparing him to other top 2 draft picks or, in years past. Like those comparisons, he's not going to be able to avoid no matter, what his average is or how many minutes he's playing, but he's definitely going to contribute, and we're going to hopefully be able to unlock him this year to make us a much better basketball team. So for him not to get caught up in the hype and the noise, we know, like I said, those comparisons are going to happen, but this year is unique, man. Like he's just coming out of, 3 games in college, no real preseason or real training camp type of experience. So he's going to have to learn a lot really quickly. And we have some grace with that, but hopefully he has the opportunity to go out and just compete and get his feet wet and learn on the fly and help us, win basketball games. So success for him will be, framed a lot of different ways, I think. And it might not be what the stats look like. It might mean, him being a part of big, meaningful basketball games for us to help us win.
We've seen pictures of the scrimmages that you've had over the last few weeks. What led to that decision to organize those scrimmages, and did the season starting maybe earlier than expected in December lead to that decision?
Yeah, we just want to play basketball. I mean, it's been 8 months, so we got to play at some point. Obviously you want to be safe and you want to make sure we're not putting ourselves in danger. Obviously, I understand we're in a pandemic, so we took necessary precautions on that front. But we're basketball players first, and we love to hoop, no matter what the venue or the scenario is. And it was good to kind of shake the cobwebs off and not wait until December to get competitive live action before you end up playing regular season games.
Steph, Logan Murdoch with the ring. Logan Murdoch with the Ringer. I was just wondering, you guys haven't played in 9 months. Is that an advantage for you or a detriment?
I mean, we're always going to take whatever it is. It's an advantage. It's a mindset. Okay. It's a mindset you got to have. I think the rest was nice. Knowing, the guys, myself, Lou, Draymond, been through years and years of finals runs and whatnot. So, you have to have that kind of mindset. I do know for the guys that are new and, us not playing in the bubble, you could argue that they're a disadvantage because you don't have, those reps and you don't have that time together as a team when they had it in, June, July, August, even September and whatnot. But hopefully fresh legs will give us a good head start coming into the season. And, our culture and what me and Draymond can provide from a leadership standpoint can get us going pretty quickly.
And a follow up to that, when are you gonna just flat out just start trying to take our jobs? Because I know you're like dabbling in it. When are you gonna just say like, I'm just gonna be a journalist now?
Well, CBA is looking pretty good for the next 6 to 8 years. So we'll have to. I'm gonna take my time for sure.
Hey, Steph, Mark Medina here, USA Today. Good to see you and hope you're hanging in there. As a leader of the team, how are you going to approach overseeing how the team handles the health and safety protocols?
I think this is obviously a league-wide issue that everybody's trying to do the right thing and have the right approach and be precautious, but also get basketball going. I mean, we have a preseason game coming on the 12th, and from there things happen pretty quickly. So we're all being very mindful, trying to follow the rules and understand the protocols. We obviously have input and questions and all that in the league, and the NBPA have been pretty good at listening and giving us, the right information. And our team is obviously doing the best we can to keep everyone in organization safe. Basketball is important. This is a business, and we have a product to put out there. So we obviously understand what the what the situation is, but I know a lot of smart people and are dedicating every waking hour of the day to put these protocols in place to make it all, make sense and work. So there are gonna be a lot of surprises, though. We know that. It's just part of the reality of the situation we're all living in while I'm looking at y'all on the screen right now.
Yeah, with that, how have you wrapped your head around that 134-page manual?
I just need the bullet points. Just tell me what to do, and I'll do it.
Steph, it's Nick Friedel. I just wanted to clarify. You talked so much about the Olympics. There's so much uncertainty about what may happen this year. Is the plan for you still to play if the Olympics take place?
Honestly, I have no idea. Very open-ended question. I have no idea. That's my best answer.
Hey, Steph, it's Colin Ward Henninger from CBS Sports. You've kind of touched on it a little bit, but I'm just wondering, after only playing 5 games in a calendar year, how are you feeling physically? And also, are there any kind of precautions or steps you're taking in terms of your ramp up heading into a shortened season where, every game is going to matter? You're going to need to play big minutes, but you're coming off this big layoff. No,
I'm confident where my body is and how I've approached these last 8 months. I put a lot of work in and been thoughtful around how to pace myself over the course of that time. Never had to go through this amount of time not playing games. And usually in your off season, you have a down period right after the playoffs are over, and then you have a slow build for 3 months until training camp. This one, you kind of had a little, more rhythm to it in terms of build up and rest and doing that over and over and over again. So I thought I benefited from being thoughtful and trying to be proactive on that sense. The only unanswered question is, for all of us, the entire league, the 8 teams that weren't in the bubble and even the teams that were, is, our bodies are so used to a certain calendar schedule of when we, get started and when we build throughout the season and when we peak during the playoffs. And it's different now. We're starting in December. So everybody's going to have to answer that question, how their bodies react, and to your point around the schedule and how close the games are. Got to do whatever you can to get your recovery in and find ways to be, fresh and sharp for every game. But it's going to take a lot mentally and physically, considering everything that we have to go through from the protocol perspective and travel and all that, and just trying to stay safe first and foremost, but also play, high level basketball. So it's going to be different.
Steph, Chris Alvarez from ABC7. Congratulations. I see your beanie, the Curry brand. Congratulations on that. It's really cool. You talked about the schedule, and we're seeing some rumors of you playing Brooklyn and Milwaukee to start. So if that's the case, what are your thoughts on seeing Kevin right away and some of those early games that we're seeing, at least in the media here?
It's exciting, man. Throw us right into, the familiarity with obviously with K, but also just teams that are expected to be at the top of each, conference or of the Eastern Conference, and then kind of get a good gauge of where we are, right out the gate. So you got to play every team at some point. I know the excitement around the NBA being back and, the Christmas Day slate and all that. So it's going to be dope. I got to figure out what we're going to do in Milwaukee for Christmas. But other than that, it's going to be pretty awesome just to be playing basketball again. So I'm excited, man. It's going to be here before you know it.
All right, let's do one last question. He's got to get out of here.
Steph, it's Monty Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area. How you doing, man?
What's up, Monty?
You and Draymond came into the NBA as underdogs. 7-8 years ago, you guys were still underdogs. Then you hit the point where you guys were the favorites, super villains or whatever. Now, listen to the noise and what's going on outside. It seems like you back in an underdog role. I'm just wondering how it hit you to hear that the Warriors might not have what they used to have.
I hear it. It doesn't sink home at all. So, it is what it is. I didn't get big headed when they picked us first in the league. Won't get overwhelmed that wherever they have us, coming into this season. I would hope that maybe some of the young guys and our new guys who have a lot to prove in this league take it as a slight and the chip on their shoulder, and we all kind of rally around that. But at the end of the day, like you said, we've had a lot of experiences on that chase to get to the top, trying to stay at the top, and now being on the other side of trying to get back there. So I love every experience in this league, and I love the opportunity. And like I said earlier, the challenges of what it's going to take to be successful. And we're going to give it everything we got. And there's no other option other than that. So I'm excited, man. It's just, again, to play basketball, be blessed to have the jobs that we have, you know, knowing that there's a huge pandemic that is still going on. I guess my mindset of never taking ourselves too seriously will pay off, hopefully, in terms of just grind and be in the moment and understand, you know, we have a great opportunity in front of us.